Evaluating Staff Performance by Deb McElroy. Evaluating staff performance. There's 3 processes need to occur. Evaluation process, performance, and outcomes. Evaluation staff performance is one of the most important accountabilities of the nurse manager according to Sullivan. The evaluation process is based on the ABC model. A is for the antecedent, whose, for example, are clinical ladder, performance evaluation, journal clubs, and being involved in a committee. B is for behavior, what the staff says and does. C is for consequences. This can be negative or positive. The evaluation process is an excellent performance assessment, ensuring patient safety and providing staff with a clear view of management and expectations. Completion of regular employee performance evaluation is part of a process for developing a strong, competent nursing staff who provides patient care based on legal framework and is consistent with the organization expectations. Performance is data collection. It is based on self-evaluation, peer review, manager's evaluation, and skill competency. The outcomes are the goals that the manager and staff set. The evaluation process starts with a facility-approved standardized evaluation form. It is based on the values of the organization, the mission statement, magnet recognition, and evidence-based practice. There's the development of goals. They should involve individual goals for the past year and if they were met. Goals should be measurable, attainable, and realistic. At the end of the process, new goals should be set. Behaviors, they're evaluated on how the staff interacts with other co-workers and patients. Evaluation and competency. There are 4 parts of this. So self-evaluation is important as a time for a reflection and a strategy for learning. Staff reflects on their own strengths and weaknesses, accomplishments, and perceived challenges during the past year. In completing a self-evaluation form, an employee might answer the questions such as the following. Did I accomplish all the requirements and goals during the past year? What about my job performance during the past year makes me most proud? What challenges did I face and how did I manage them? Is there anything about the job that I could have changed? It is good to keep notes for the staff so they can jot down. This way they know what to put when they do their self-evaluation. Peer evaluation is a process by which practicing nurses systemically assess, monitor, and make judgment about the quality of nurses' care compared to professional standards of practice. It is usually relatively short and contains a limited number of categories for which co-workers should have adequate knowledge to access to one another, such as the following. Patient management. Does a nurse provide patient education and reinforce teaching? Does a nurse follow facility policies and protocols and adhere to professional standards of care? Are they reliable? Do they complete their task as intended? Do they work as a team member? Do they ask for help? Or do they provide help when asked, or they do it spontaneously? Are they professional? Are they professional towards the family and patients when they interact? Are they professional with their colleagues? Skill competency is ability to perform skilled, knowledgeable, and safety. This is an ongoing process and should be done through real-time or direct observation, simulation, or case studies. The competence should be based on the skills required for the unit. Manager's evaluation should be formative, should be collaborative, which means it's a combination of self-evaluations, peer evaluations, managers' evaluations, and a skilled competency. It should be accountable. They should hold the staff accountable for their actions, and it should be performed annually. Performance. You want to create a safe, private, and respectful environment for the meeting. It's time for review. It is a capstone, a process that has conducted all through the year. You want to set a date and time, a meeting, in advance and verify with the employee about attending. You want to avoid surprises. Performance issues should not be handled as they occur. An employee who received no criticism from his or her nurse manager peers should not suddenly find out during the evaluation that he or she has multiple performance issues. Performance issues should be handled as they occur, and the management of those issues should be supported by a timely and documented by the manager. If documentation needs to be signed by the employee and manager when appropriate, just like if praise and recognition should be provided as it deserves throughout the year, not just during the annual evaluation. Evidence performance throughout the year should be kept in the employee's personal file and accessed for the annual performance evaluation. The annual performance review can be an uncomfortable experience for nurses and managers alike, because employees' performance evaluation involves some extent of criticism. The process can elicit negative reactions from employees and cause managers to feel guilty and anxious about giving negative feedback. It is of utmost importance for managers to maintain a positive, healthful attitude when providing both praise and criticism during the evaluation. The intent is to motivate, remember, not to discourage the employees. During the eval, you need to provide specific examples of behavior that led to each rating. Listen to how staff responds, and if the staff member feels the rating is too low and has evidence to back up what they are saying, now is the time to change. Provide positive as well as constructive feedback. Remember, now is not the time to bring up past issues. They should have been addressed in the past. You need to clearly define goals. Now is the time to find new goals. Staff performs better when they have clearly defined goals. Something to remember through all this. Communication isn't a protocol that you can set and then forget about. It is an ongoing part of ensuring employee performance and engagement. While annual reviews and evaluations offer a great advantage in nothing now yearly goals and standards are met, healthcare employees should be given avenues to communicate with supervisors and vice versa to eliminate misunderstandings to keep the engagement high. Outcomes. Performance feedback. The expectations should be consistent with professional practice and standards, congruent with facility policies and procedures, and should be within the employee's legal scope of practice. Outcomes should identify employee strengths and weaknesses and motivate them to perform to their maximum potential, with the ultimate goal of improving patient care outcomes. Outcomes is a time to discuss about career development. Does the staff want to go back to school? Do they want to become certified? Do they want to be involved more on their unit or in the organization? Do they want to be involved in a committee? These are the times to address the issues now. The manager should ask for feedback about the process and how they are as a manager. Now is also the time to select candidates for promotion, and remember, this is a time when usually compensation is provided. Here is a video on how to do effective performance appraisal. and I think you would like to see this one, what not to do for performance evaluation. And remember additional information. The American Nursing Accreditation Center Magna Recognition Program for Nursing Excellence considers peer review to be a component of exemplary practice.